And we're back with KMMA. I'm Andy O.
I'm Khalil Deal.
And this is going to be our main card predictions and breakdowns for UFC Vegas 116, right?
Yep.
116. Okay, so we're going to be opening up the card with Marcus Buchecha against Ryan Spann. Then we got Montel Jackson against Raoni Barcelos, followed by Davey Grant against Andre Luna Martini. Then it's Rafa Garcia against Alexander Hernandez. In the co-main, we got Norma Dumont against Jocelyn Edwards. And in the main event, we have Aljamain Sterling against Youssef Zalal. So the real deal, start us off with Buchecha and Spann.
All right, man. So for this one here, I got to tell you that, Marcus Buchecha, this guy is a dominant Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist. He's a BJJ expert known for crushing top control, pressure passing, like his famous folding pass, and relentless submission hunting, chokes, arm locks. He blends this world-class grappling with improving wrestling and striking to close distance. He controls his opponents and finishes with submissions or ground and pound. He likes to be a dominant force on the mat. Ryan Spann, he's also a dangerous finishing specialist. He's pretty versatile. He's known for a strong Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu base, particularly a lethal guillotine choke. He's a tall guy at 6'5". He combines his ground game with explosive knockout power in his striking. He often seeks quick finishes and fighting as an orthodox striker with a solid jab. He is recognized for his grappling. He's got multiple wins by submission as well. Tight modified guillotine choke being his signature submission move. He's got dangerous high volume striking power, and he likes to use his long reach and powerful punches like uppercuts to end fights quickly. He looks for the immediate finishes rather than long drawn out decisions. So for this fight here, man, I got to go with Marcus Almeida Buchecha here. I'm done with Ryan Spann. I remember one time, NDO, even you tried to go for Ryan Spann one time. He disappointed you. I believe it was the fight against Waldo Cortez Acosta there, where he couldn't get the job done. Also, we couldn't get the job done against Bogdan Guskov and Anthony Smith. The wins that he has, it's against guys that are really bad, like Ovin Saint-Preux, who was pretty much finished in his career. And the last win against Lucas Brzeski, he latched in a submission there, but Brzeski's been looking bad too at 9-6. Give me Marcus Buchecha to get the job done. I think that he finds a way to get Ryan Spann on the ground and latches in a submission. I'm going to go with knockout or sub for Marcus Buchecha.
He did disappoint me, Ryan Spann, before, but hey, Waldo's looked pretty good, and Marcus Buchecha hasn't really impressed me. So on this one, I'm going to go with Ryan Spann. I hope he gets it done early because I feel he has the best chance there. Because he is going to be the better striker here. Power shots, long shots. If you can get those long shots going, it would be good too. Not many combos though. If his cardio is all right though, and he can stretch this fight out and keep the strikes going, try to use his range well, I think he can knock out this guy. Buchecha, not the greatest cardio as we've seen. He also likes pulling people down because he has a lot of confidence, right, in his ground game. But sometimes the guy can land on top of him, and Ryan Spann can take advantage of that. I don't know if Ryan Spann's going to be able to get one of his gillies against this 1,000 times black belt in BJJ. But stranger things have happened when guys have gotten tired. And one last tidbit of information on this fight is that in his last fight, Marcus Buchecha went to that draw against Kennedy Nzechukwu. I can't remember how it turned into a draw, but either way it was a draw, right? Turns out that the coach for Ryan Spann is the coach of Nzechukwu. So he's going to take what he learned with Nzechukwu, apply it to this fight, and get over the decision hump and find that win for Ryan Spann. So I'm going to go with Ryan Spann by a knockout or sub. Just because I think he's probably going to have to finish this, and if he finishes it, especially early on, it's probably going to be a knockout. But then again, he may be all wobbled, and they may wind up on the ground, right? And Spann could grab a neck and squeeze, because anyone can do that. So give me Spann by finish.
All right, our first disagreement of the card. If you go back and watch the video in the prelims, me and Andy O agreed on all of the fights in the prelims. This is our first disagreement in the main card. Quick thing to notice is that Ryan Spann is fighting on short notice. This fight was originally supposed to be Marcus Buchecha versus Max Jimenez. Jimenez broke his foot, and so Ryan Spann coming in on short notice here to fight Buchecha. So I think that's going to be to his detriment, especially with regards to his cardio. All right, so we're going to move on up to the next one. We got Montel Jackson against Roundy Barcelos. Andy, who you got in this one?
This one I was going back and forth with. Tough fight to call. Barcelos is on a great four-fight winning streak here. Montel Jackson did lose his last fight there by knockout against. Who was it there? Yeah, he got knocked out by. No, he lost that decision against Davison Figueiredo. So that's
split. It was a split decision too. Very close fight in that one. He
yeah,
lost a split decision to Figueiredo, and I thought he could have won that fight.
yeah, I guess. But no, he didn't look particularly good against the smaller guy there in Figgy, who's kind of on the downturn. But I don't know if we should judge him on that fight. Look, this guy has awesome straight punches with a lot of power. I'm pretty sure he's knocked down every opponent he's faced so far in every fight. So that's pretty impressive at this weight class also. And a lot of people forget that he is actually a wrestler first. So that's something to keep in mind in this fight also. As I said, straight shot power, very accurate. He can be sometimes patient, looking to line up that really good precise shot. And who can blame him if he gets a knockdown every fight, gets knockouts also. I would say that Ronnie Barcelos is the better grappler here. He has a nice blend of kicks and punches. And thing with him also, he relies on his ability to take shots. He is very tough. If Montel Jackson cracks him, knocks him down early, I don't know if he's going to be able to recover. But if he can take those shots and just extend the fight, keep the fight going, I think it's possible that he outworks Jackson, gets more volume, and winds up with the decision. But I'm going to go with Montel Jackson here to bounce back after that loss. And probably get the knockout on Barcelos, because Barcelos may just be too tough for his own good. So give me Jackson by knockout or a decision.
Yeah, man, Montel Jackson, he's a very well-rounded fighter. He blends strong striking with skilled grappling, which he uses effectively to achieve many of his professional wins by knockout. He does have a background in wrestling, like you said. A lot of people forget that. He was an Olympic hopeful at one point. He's got a strong base for his grappling ability. It allows him to land a high percentage of his takedown attempts. He's got a powerful and fast. He's a powerful and fast striker. He's capable of delivering knockouts and earning performance of the night bonuses. Ronnie Barcelos, we've seen him get knocked and rocked a few times. His chin is starting to be worrisome, because he does get rocked a lot, and he comes back and recovers and gets rocked again. Sometimes gets knocked down. He does have a good wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Ronnie Barcelos. He does prefer to grapple. He's been focusing on sharpening his striking skills to be more well-rounded, but he is a highly accomplished grappler. He's got a background as a multiple time national and South American wrestling champion and world champion in Jiu-Jitsu as a blue and purple belt. He considers wrestling and Jiu-Jitsu his bread and butter. He frequently uses his wrestling to take down opponents, and his striking is not as good as his grappling. Give me Montel Jackson to get the win here by knockout or decision. I think that he's going to be able to get Ronnie Barcelos out of here. If not, he's going to outstrike him with the punches and kicks. Not to mention, this is super very important here. He's going to have a 3-inch height advantage, Montel Jackson. But what's amazing about this one, he's going to have an 8.5-inch reach advantage, Montel Jackson. 8.5 inches. A reach advantage is significant. So I can see him keeping at bay and able to land those jabs and those powerful punches, giving Ronnie Barcelos a hard time trying to get in close to snatch in a takedown. So give me Montel Jackson, knockout or submission. Loving it here. All right, let's move on up to the next one. We got Davy Grant against one Adrian Luna Martinetti. Uh, crazy long name, this guy here, man.
I called him Andre before because all I had was the A.
Yeah, yeah, seriously, man. He's got a crazy long name. So, Davy Grant, the vet here, this guy's he's dangerous. He's got a dynamic, aggressive fighting style. He's known for being exciting, combining high pressure kickboxing with strong submission grappling. He's known for his power punching, especially with his right hand. High level grappling, evidenced by a Submission of the Year nomination. He utilizes a high paced, aggressive striking approach. He's known for strong kickboxing, powerful punches, and kicks to apply constant pressure. He does have a preference for seeking quick knockouts, and he does have a deep background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's extremely comfortable on the ground, often searching for and securing submissions, including a notable reverse triangle from bottom. Adrian Luna Martinetti is an aggressive bantamweight striker, known for his high volume striking, forward pressure, strong grappling, submission skills as well. He sets a relentless pace, throwing heavy combinations. He utilizes cage pressure to break down opponents. And he has shown in his winning in the Dana White's Contender Series, he looked really good in that fight. He's known for coming forward, landing high volume, often overwhelming opponents with his striking combinations. He throws a crazy amount of strikes. He's got a high pace throughout the fight, and he's able to wear down his opponents with constant pressure, constant volume of strikes. In addition to his striking, he has a strong ground game as well, and he does have some submission skills, including rear naked chokes and arm bars. I'm going to go with the new guy here. I'm going to go with Juan Adrian Luna Martinetti. 10-year age difference here between these two. I think he's going to be able to overwhelm Davy Grant with his forward pressure and those crazy amount of strikes that he's going to throw. Give me one Adrian Luna Martinetti. I'll say he wins this one by submission or decision.
Well, I thought you were calling him one Adrian Luna Martini, like one, like a N E, okay, one there. I got it. Okay. Now, Davy Grant, man, this is why we're predictors. This fight here. There's a lot of guys on the bandwagon of Davy Grant here, and man, earlier in the week, I don't blame you because Davy Grant was a pretty big underdog, but it certainly closed up there the gap. And the reason this is a predictor fight, not an almanac fight, is because Davy Grant has looked pretty good. Like he got caught by a very talented, skilled, the guy that fought just last time that put him out there. He kneed him. Right, he pretty much knocked him out with a flying knee. He could have knocked him out right there, but he managed to clamp on a sub at the same time, right, and sub out Davy Grant. Like he could have got anyone knocked out like that, and or a sub like that. But Davy Grant, man, he was also looking pretty good in that fight until that happened.
Yeah, Charles Jourdain was the one.
Charles Jourdain, yeah, Charles Jourdain, yeah, and Charles Jourdain, very good. He's looking. He's looking like he could reach a top 5 soon at some point. So from what we see right now, Davy Grant looks good. He switches stances very well. He doesn't look the most aesthetically appealing in his striking. He has some nice kicks, but his craftiness fools guys. His crafty combinations. If this guy wins, he's going to craft out a win. He's going to craft out a decision win in this fight. But again, as predictors, I'm predicting the end has to come at some point, right? Sure, he's looked all right, but he's 40 now. He's had a ton of surgeries, don't forget. That's why he has so few fights, considering his age, for a guy that likes to be in there, is because he has had to take so much time off for neck surgeries, this, that, And eventually the wheels fall off. Adrian Luna, like you said, a lot of pressure. He's going to do his best not to give Davy Grant some breathing room. Davy Grant's chin could be gone. Could it start crumbling now? Maybe. Also, he's not going to be the one initiating the grappling. Maybe he would have before, but right now you're going to have to initiate the grappling to get Davy Grant to grapple. On top of that, he likes to stay on the bottom sometimes to throw up those subs, and that's not really that good here because Martinetti can grapple a bit. The thing with
Yeah,
him is,
Martinelli's got submissions of his own. He's got 6 subs. He can
yeah, so
also get good
like
submissions.
so it's not really a good idea to give Martinetti the ability to do what he wants on top, for sure. Also, yeah, it's just his wrestling could use some work. His when he goes in for guys, his entries could be better. But other than that, he's good. One other intangible here, if you watch that fight against Vologden, everyone loved that fight, maybe the greatest contender series fight ever. Vologden landed a lot of shots, right? Like a lot of shots in that fight. You know how Adrian Luna looked after that fight? Amazing. He didn't have a scratch on him. So there's another thing, that he's going to look all right even after taking 1,000 shots. Could play into the way they judge the fight. I'm going to go with the young fighter too here. I'm more looking for Davy Grant to start falling off here. That's what I'm really looking at here. So I'm predicting that to start now, and or at least more than it has before, because he can't go on forever like this. I love Davy Grant, but shit happens. So give me Adrian Luna Martini by a knockout or decision.
All right, me and Andio agreeing on the youngster Juan Adrian Luna Martinetti. All right, let's move on up to the next fight. Next fight here, we got Rafa Garcia against Alexander Hernandez. This should be a really good fight here.
Okay. Yeah. So before we get into this one, everyone, these beasts fight in the cage against each other. We're out here fighting the algorithm. So the best way to help us is to hit that like, smash that subscribe, and help us get to 500 subs. So this fight very hard to call. Also, however, I wasn't flipping back and forth. I'm gonna go with Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez, although I think his nickname is something different now.
It's his nickname now, even though we have here the Great Ape. It's El Grande Chango now is his new nickname. El Grande Chango.
El Grande Chango. So we're going to be going with El Grande Chango here because he's on the nicest run of his UFC career. To me, he's looked maybe better than he has before. He's really settled into this higher 155-pound weight class. Because remember, before he had a lot of trouble with his cardio.
Yeah.
And that was more at the lower weight class, and it hasn't been apparent here, although it's still a little concern. Like, I always have it in the back of my mind here. But he's shown consistency, which I like. I think he has the style to compete with Rafa Garcia, who's a boxer wrestler kind of guy. I think Alexander Hernandez has faster hands. I think MMA math for you. I know, Khalil, you love the MMA math. So here's a little MMA math from me. Is Hernandez defeated Hubbard, if you look back at who he's fought there, and Hubbard is a lot like Garcia if you look at them fight. But Garcia is a little better, obviously, but same kind of thing. And Hernandez can work with this style. Also, very good movement. Always had that working for him with his footwork. I think Rafa Garcia is a little more on the cumbersome side, for lack of a better way to put it. Rafa Garcia also likes to brawl a bit more, so I don't suggest Hernandez get into a brawl, but he has the power, man. He has the boxing now, Hernandez. He worked good at it. If he gets on top, also, Hernandez, who doesn't have bad wrestling at all, he's well-rounded, can go for some nasty ground and pound, maybe look for a sub. You never know. Also, I think Rafa Garcia has some, he likes to take pictures of himself sometimes in there. And I don't think you can do that with Hernandez, who has fast hands and can maybe catch you when you admire your shots. So give me Alexander the Great here to win by decision or knockout.
Yeah, man. Rafa Garcia, his fighting style is a tough, high-volume pressure fighter who is well-rounded with solid boxing and a dangerous submission game. Though he tends to use his grappling defensively to keep the fight standing, where he can outstrike opponents. He's known for his tenacity and toughness. He focuses on breaking opponents down with consistent offense rather than immediate finishes, often using his heavy hands and strong cardio to maintain pressure throughout the fight. Alexander Hernandez is known for his aggressive, well-rounded fighting style. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which people don't know or forget about. He's got a strong wrestling background. You see him striking a lot, but he can use that his ground game if he wants to. He's competed at the state and national level in high school in wrestling, so the guy can wrestle if he needs to. He also incorporates powerful strikes. We've seen him knock out multiple guys with his hands. He's known for his finishing ability. He aims to be the more dominant striker and grappler, often seeking to outmaneuver and finish his opponents. Now, Alexander Hernandez was a guy that I used to doubt him a lot. I remember the fight against Kurt Hollabaugh. I picked Kurt Hollabaugh. Alexander Hernandez came through and beat Kurt Hollabaugh. And then I still picked against Alexander Hernandez against Chase Hooper, and he knocked out Chase Hooper. And then, you know what? I was like, you know what? This guy's good, man. And I stopped doubting him now. I'm going for Alexander Hernandez, especially after that last fight against Diego Ferreira where he knocked him out. I like the way he looked there. Give me Alexander Hernandez by knockout or decision over Rafa Garcia here. All right, so me and Andy O in agreement with Alexander Hernandez. Let's move on up to the next.
I remember when he got humbled by Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, that's back in the day for sure, yeah. Now, we got the ladies going at it here with Norma Dumont and Jocelyn Edwards. For this one here, man, Norma Dumont's fighting style is built on Sanda, which is Chinese kickboxing. She blends it with a strong foundation in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's known for a calculated technical approach that focuses on winning minutes through superior striking, clinch control, and takedowns, rather than seeking quick knockouts. As a former national Sanda champion, Dumont excels at mixing striking with trips and throws. She often uses the clinch to control opponents and secure takedowns. Her fighting style is methodical, disciplined, consistent. She focuses on controlling where the fight takes place, standing or grappling. She uses sharp, measured striking, often letting her opponents make mistakes before capitalizing on them. She has a jiu-jitsu background, beginning her training in jiu-jitsu at age 13, which I had totally forgotten about. I forgot that Dumont has jiu-jitsu and a good ground game. Jocelyn Edwards, she's very versatile. She's been looking better and better recently with her aggressive, high-paced striking and her jiu-jitsu as well. She's been developing her grappling and getting better. She's got clean striking with opportunistic BJJ. She's got a few wins by knockout and submission now. She's a very good boxer, a good clean jab, a good mean 1-2. She likes to march forward and likes to effectively land strikes, including sharp calf kicks. Her striking accuracy is around 53 to 54%. And, she is a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and has multiple submission wins. I was going back and forth on this one, but I'm sticking with Norma Dumont. We got to talk about who Jocelyn Edwards has fought, and I thought about this. I'm like, yeah, Jocelyn Edwards has been looking good, but look who she's been fighting, recently. She's beating Tamiris Vidal, not that great of a fighter. Chelsea Chandler sucks. She beat her. Priscilla Beating sucks. And Nora Cornhole was injured in that fight against Jocelyn Edwards, and Jocelyn Edwards beat her there. But look at the fights that Norma Dumont has won.
But you're talking about her last 4 fights?
Yeah, her last 4. I'm talking about. She did.
Yeah, you know why? That first fighter was so shit at the beginning of her winning streak? Because that was the level Jocelyn Edwards was at.
Yeah, I know.
That's how much she got better. You know what I mean? So
yeah. She has been getting better, but I'm just saying the level of quality of fighters isn't that great. So that's why we're praising her for her wins. But
I'm just showing how what improvement she made. You know?
She's been making great improvements, but again, it's against shitty fighters. Norma Dumont has fought the best of the best here. We're talking Felicia Spencer. We're talking Aspen Ladd, Macy Chiasso, Danielle Wolf, Carol Rosa. She's fought Irene Aldana, Caitlin Vieira. So she's fought the better fighters. Give me Norma Dumont by submission or decision.
No, I'm saying, the fact that she fought Tamiris Vidal, it was a good matchup back then because Jocelyn Edwards was pretty shitty back then. So it's a testament to now she's fighting Norma Dumont because she's progressively, as it should be, fighting tougher and tougher chicks to get to Norma Dumont. Very impressive. The most improved woman over the past, year and a half, I would say for sure, is Jocelyn Edwards. But this is a short notice fight here against the toughest competition. Yeah, definitely.
I forgot to mention that it is short notice. That Norma Dumont was supposed to fight Yana Santos. You're right. And then Jocelyn came in on short notice.
So it's pretty short notice for Jocelyn Edwards here. I understand why she's taking it because she wants to keep the hot streak going, man. She has a lot of confidence now. She can match her opponent's intensity in there. And that's kind of the thing. I'm favoring Dumont here because, she's a sharp, fast striker herself that you alluded to in that description there, where, yeah, she's going to force people to make mistakes because she's a counter striker here. So I think there's a good chance that Jocelyn Edwards can get too aggressive at times and just walk into shots and get turned into the fence. Dumont is big and strong. There's a possibility this may not get to a very exciting fight because Edwards may be stifled and cage squished against Dumont, where she just can't do anything. And Dumont's very good at that. She can chip away at her, knee her up, maybe get her down at some point, even near the fence. What Jocelyn Edwards has in her advantage, for her as an advantage, is I think she does have more power. I would think. What about you, the deal?
Norma's a tough girl too, man. So maybe her striking knockout power for perhaps
Yeah.
because Norma Dumont's not known as a knockout puncher at all.
No, so yeah, yeah, I guess I'd have to give the maybe finishing edge if we see it to Jocelyn Edwards here. I like her nice strong kicks at range, but when it gets to the nitty gritty and to the dirty, I think we're looking at Normand Dumont win here. It's just a high step up here. Some say Normand Dumont should have already gotten a title shot at this point, and I can't say I totally disagree with that. So yeah, give me a Normand Dumont to get it done by decision or I know. Does she have any knockouts even? No.
She's got no knockouts, Norma. I say sub because you see, Jocelyn's been sub before, and
Yeah, I'm gonna say sub also. Then yeah,
and she lost 5 decisions as well. So yeah,
yeah, I'm
and
probably yeah. Go ahead.
Norma Dumont's got some submission skills that people don't know about. She's got some.
That's true. So I'm gonna go with decision probably or sub.
All right, so we made it to the main event of the evening, guys. Like and subscribe. We're at the last fight. The main card: Aljamain Sterling against Yusuf Zalal. Andy, who you got in this one, bro?
Here I was going a little back and forth also. Should be a great fight. I think this is Aljamain Sterling's must-have moment here. He has to win this fight, or are they really gonna? Is he really on a path to a title shot? Like this win could do good things for him. Um, I think. Look, Zalal is very tough. He's very hard to finish. I don't think he's been finished at all. Uh, as far as Sterling's grappling goes, Zalal's dangerous with his knees, his jump in knees, so he has to be wary of that. On the ground, Zalal's very good. He's good at scrambling. I think it's going to be difficult for Sterling to sub him. And he's also an active submission seeker himself. I think there is a possibility that Sterling gets his back because that's what Sterling does, and he's among the best in the UFC, if not the best at that. I think maybe in a transition, that's where he's going to be most vulnerable for that, but I think it's still unlikely. I like Sterling kicks here. I like his range management. I think he's going to be able to use Zalal's pressure against him because Zalal's strategy is that pressure, man. And I think he's going to be able to push the pace with those kicks and make Zalal work harder than he has to for what needs to be done. Although I don't think Zalal will be tired. But I think the craftiness, the 5 round experience, the championship experience, I think I'm going to give the slight edge to Aljamain Sterling to get this one done by decision or sub.
All right, Aljamain Sterling, he's known as the Funk Master. He's got a blend of wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and striking. He's a strong wrestler with a black belt in BJJ. His striking is known for his creativity and unpredictability. He often catches opponents off guard with his unique approach. He was a successful college wrestler, earning an All-American honors twice. He's very good in wrestling. His takedown ability is really good. He's good at controlling opponents on the ground. His black belt in BJJ allows him to excel in grappling exchanges with his submissions and like rear naked chokes. Yusuf Zalal's fighting style is primarily described as a freestyle fighter. He's got a foundation in kickboxing and an increasing emphasis on grappling, including submissions as well, like the rear naked choke and arm triangle choke. And the thing is that he was his background in Morocco, which is a country known for kickboxing, which is what contributes to this guy's strong striking skills. So he's a very good kickboxer, very well rounded, and he does have submissions. He's got 10 submissions out of his 18 wins. So he's not a slouch on the ground. This is going to be a very good fight. I'm picking Yusuf Zalal, though, to get the job done here by knockout or decision. He may not sub Aljamain Sterling because Aljamain Sterling's never been subbed, but I think he could win by knockout or decision. And I will say this, though, Aljamain Sterling is a good dog play. At those odds, I will put Aljamain Sterling on my dogs list come betting time on Friday. But
The odds aren't that crazy, are they?
yeah, he's a pretty good dog, Aljamain Sterling. So I'm going to pick Yusuf Zalal by knockout or decision. So me and Andy O disagreeing on this one. We only disagreed on a couple of fights here in this card. So like and subscribe. KAMMA, baby, let's get it this week. And yeah, can't wait to talk to you guys on Friday. Peace out, folks. KAMMA.